3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to this week's Mailbag. I'm Doug Kide. If you have a question for me, tweet it to me at Doug Kide using the hashtag MailDoug, and I will try to answer it. First question here comes from DW Time, who asks, do you see us drafting two tight ends like we did with Gronk and Hernandez? There are a lot of similarities roster-wise with that year, which was 2010. And I could see it. I'm certainly advocating for it to happen. I think the Patriots should take the first round pick, trade it down, get into the second round with 1 or 2 second round picks, and then take one of the top tight ends there, whether it's Cole Kmet, Adam Troutman, Hunter Bryant. Then I also would like to see them double up at tight end as well, because they only have Matt LaCosse and Ryan Izzo at that position right now. And quite simply, that's not good enough. And it wasn't good enough last year with Ben Watson and Eric Tomlinson and everyone that they had at tight end. So I think they really need to add some youth at that position. If they do double up, get Thad Moss, who's Randy Moss's son, maybe a sleeper guy like Dalton Keene out of Virginia Tech, maybe the Missouri tight end, whose name is extremely hard to pronounce, Albert, that's not the hard part, Okuwebuno. That is the difficult part. He's 6'5", 255 pounds, runs a 40-yard dash in 4.47 or 9 seconds. He would add a lot of athleticism at that position. Second question here comes from Ann Kikanen, who asks, would you draft Jalen Hurts or Jake Fromm? Those are both quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts is coming from Oklahoma, Jake Fromm from Georgia. Hurts began his career at Alabama. Personally, I would take Jalen Hurts. I think he's just a little bit more of a versatile option. Even if he didn't win the starting quarterback role, he could potentially be used in some sort of Taysom Hill-like fashion, maybe like how the Ravens were using Lamar Jackson before he got the starting quarterback job. Jake Fromm is the safe option. But he's kind of similar in a Chad Pennington type of way where he doesn't have the biggest arm, more of a game manager type. I think that if the Patriots are drafting a quarterback, they should swing for those fences rather than take the safe option. Third and final question here comes from Harold Trent, who asks, what approach do you think we will take in the upcoming draft? I personally hope we trade out of the first. I don't see the Patriots trading up. I think we can sort of eliminate that one unless a really good quarterback happens to fall, someone like Tua or Justin Herbert or someone in that fashion. The Patriots stay put at number 23 overall. I could see them taking an edge defender, someone like Zach Bond, who could fill in for Kyle Van Noy and Jamie Collins. But like I said earlier, I advocate for trading down. I think they should pick up those second round picks. This is a very deep draft, especially when it comes to wide receivers. The Patriots could pick up another wide receiver in the second round. They could get that tight end in the second round, and then they could fill in all of their other needs a little bit later. So personally, I would trade down. I've done that in almost all of the mock drafts that I've done. But if they do stay put, they could get a higher quality player, presumably, at that number 23 overall spot.